What it is, YouTube. You know what it is. It's your boy, Dumb Moose. Kick it.
Kick it! You wake up late for school, man, you don't wanna go! Oh, you gotta fight for your right to party! Wake up late for school, man, you don't...
Okay, so anyways, I got this, I had this board that I made. It was 3 pieces, and they were pretty much this size. And they were wood and plastic. And it worked what I needed to do, because I just took a couple pictures, and then I kind of liked the idea to have a table facade, so I wanted to build one. So I've been looking all over YouTube for how to build one of these, and they basically say go to IKEA and pick up the frames and do all that, but these are $7.88 a piece. 12. They come at 8 foot. So I basically spent $14 on 2 of these sticks, which are half inch. They're half inch angle aluminum. And then I spent, let me say, I think $3 for 12 of these. They come in a 4-pack. So I had to buy 3 packs of them, and they're like, so I spent a total of $22, I think it is, these little L brackets. So I spent just a little under, so far, and I get the acrylic. I'm going to order it on Thursday night, and it should be here by Saturday, hopefully. And I can put this together and finish this tutorial, but I wanted to show you what I did with these little things right here. And we'll show you on a demonstration on how one of these is going to look after I'm done. The rivet gun should be here tomorrow, which comes with the rivets. The bits should be here tomorrow too. Well, today the bits get here, so I'll be able to drill the holes in with the bits for the rivets, which the rivets have to fit snug. So what I'll do is, not on this, but I got a dummy out there, and what I'll do is I'll fix it to the dummy and then use the rivet and make one of these before I make one of these. And I will have that tutorial for you with the rivets on how to properly do the rivets. And then when the acrylic comes, we'll cut the acrylic and put it in the facade, and we'll be good to go. So let me go ahead and show you what we're going to do to get this thing to size, because the size that these are from inside is 6 5/8 and 14 5/8. Now we're going to 12 inch. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop this to 11 5/8. Just that, just like that. All of them have to be 11 5/8, because they're 12 inch boards. By the time you drop the board in here, it'll be perfect. It leaves you with 7, 6, 7, 8, 9. It leaves you with about 4 to 5 5/8 or something like that. All right, let's get you in this position that new camera. Hold on. There we go. All right, so here we go. Okay, so this right here is the are these. This is the first set. We're just going to do one set. I have 3 sets. I'll show you. I have this set 2, and then I have this set. I taped them, and then I have this set. But if you notice, this set has something fancy on it. It has these hinges, and these hinges are going to be in between. Let me take you out a hinge and show you. Home Depot, 4 hinges for $3, I think it was. So the total project that we're doing is under 30 bucks. So yeah. Well, the rivet gun, you have to buy the rivet gun, so a little more than 30 bucks, about $40 compared to spending $100 on them and not getting the size you want. See these little things right here? Okay, that's what's going to go in between. And I have 4 of them. Okay, so what we're going to do is the angle part. If you see the angle part, see that angle part? The angle part is the actual downside of this. It goes together with this piece and this piece and this piece, and they fit together. And then what I do is, let me show you. Let me dry fit these real quick and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so you got this piece, and then you put this piece here, and then you put this here, and then you put this here, and then you put this here. Okay, then what we're going to do is this. We're going to take these elbows, we're going to put them on the outside. And then we're going to do this. Just like that. See how everything fits together? Just like that, perfectly. Okay, so what we do is you don't measure from end to end. You measure from the inside of the, you measure inside of the crease of the angle. So what you'll do is you'll put this there snugly. You can put this one on the outside, but what you're going to do is you're going to go over here and you're going to look on the inside. And it says 5/8. It says 15 from end to end, but if you go inside, it says 5/8. 5/8, 6/8, and 7/8. So you're only 3/8 away from where you gotta go, which is good because this is gonna put it in there snug, pretty much. And what we're gonna do is when we get to the board, is we're going to cut it according to the size of the frame on the inside. And this will be the measurements here of the frame. As you can see, it says 6 and 7 5/8, and then 14 and 5/8. Well, we're going to take that 14 and make it 11. So how do you do that? Very simple. The frame has to shrink. Okay, so we know that this has to be 12. The frame on the outside is going to be 12. So let's get the tape measure out. And let's measure from end to end here. And we're looking for the number 12. Okay, now, this is aluminum. So in order to mark aluminum correctly, you do not get a Sharpie. See the insides of here of the Sharpie? They're in the insides of the fold, so they're not going to see that. And these little hole dots right there that I got, they're not going to see those because they're going to be piloted. That's the pilot holes. And it's for my pilot to go through before I put the pop-in rivets in. So they're going to be hidden. And I did all three of those the same way. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go in, and I'm going to have to change that too. So on one side anyway. Measure twice, cut once. Remember that. That's the golden rule of working construction. Measure twice, cut once. Because you don't want to have to cut it again. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and we're going to scribe a line. Well, we're going to scribe where this angle goes. And scribe 12. And then go on the other side of the thing. Remember, you gotta have both sides. Don't just take it for granted and use the speed square to cheat. Once you mark them, see the markings here, barely see it. That's what you want to do. Okay, then we're going to take this T-square and we are going to make it square. We just take a T-square and make it square like that. Put it on the line that you made and scribe the line. There. The line there. And then the line here. Flip your T-square over and then line it up. Okay, now it's done. Now, cut like butter, yes she does. Okay, so then you take this, it's going to be different. This one, from the end of this line, we're not going to cut yet. What we're going to do is we're going to cut this line right here and cut it like this. Cut it like that. Make sure you cut it the same way both sides. I'm using reds, so, and then you can bend it off. And it might not show up the way you want it, or you can trim it down to accordingly to how you want it. Okay, so that's trimmed. You notice that there's a bend in this. When you're cutting this stuff, use a hacksaw. You can use a hacksaw. Actually, a hacksaw is better, but I know how to get rid of it. I just take my 10 snips like this and then I just bend it. Okay, now you have to remember the angle part needs to be cut on the angle side of this at the same time. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the snips and we're going to put it in there and we're just going to cut it at an angle. And then we're just going to go from there. Just like that. And there you go, you got your angle. Now let's do the measurement test. Outside to outside. 12 inches. Like I said, I don't want to bore you, so and then look at this one. Let me show you why. You could, nah, I'm not going to. We're just going to use this as that instead of the screwdriver, the screw, because this is easier to use. And shoot. Okay, so that's done like that. Okay, so this one goes this way, so we're going to cut diagonally this way. There it is. Okay, so this is one set, and this is the second set. So let's go ahead and see how we did. So all we're going to do is we're going to put it together and we're going to get a measurement. And see how we did. Now, if everything's correct, which it should be, and then when you have gaps in here like this, if you have a gap in there, you just fix it by cutting the edge a little bit, not too much. But so we have, there we go, 11 5/8. Well, technically it says 3/4, but, and see, this is a whole inch, so we got it right. Okay, so we did this right. Okay, so now what's going to happen is we're going to take and put the rivets in, and what we'll do today when it gets here, we'll do the pilot holes. I'll show you how to do the pilot holes, but all this other stuff will be cut today. Later on, I'm going to cut it now. But it'll all be ready for this afternoon's second part of the tutorial. Hopefully everything comes in today, and I might be able to finish this. So this is part 1 of a 3-part series on table facades, on how to make the table facade correctly. Alright, subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell notification for more videos like this and others. My name is DJ The Moose from DJ's All Things Tech.